Hi, I'm Tony Ansley, a technical marketing engineer here at NetApp. Today I want to introduce you to BlueXP Disaster Recovery and talk about some of the features that it provides for protecting vCenter virtual infrastructures. Now, BlueXP Disaster Recovery is a component of BlueXP, and as such, it actually supports private and public cloud infrastructures so that we can replicate from an on-premises vCenter cluster to a VMware cloud infrastructure hosted on AWS, or to a second vCenter on ONTAP data center. Now, we use SnapMirror underneath to actually replicate the data, SnapMirror asynchronous, and then we introduce the BlueXP Disaster Recovery module. Now, obviously, BlueXP will automatically allow us to replicate and control all of our ONTAP instances, whether that be FSxN, FSx for NetApp ONTAP, or on-premises ONTAP. But what's really unique about disaster recovery is that we also integrate into our vCenter infrastructure so that we can talk to VMware's vCenter, and that allows us to actually control to the VMs that are actually being run. So we can start those VMs when we need to. We can reintroduce data stores on the DR site when a disaster event happens. Now, we create replication plans and we automate those plans through a template-based process and a workflow. And those workflows allow us to very easily create replication plans or protection plans. And it also allows us to easily modify those plans if there are changes in the infrastructure. The third feature that we have for BlueXP Disaster Recovery is ensuring that your disaster recovery plan actually works. And we do that through failover rehearsals. And we can do those failover rehearsals without affecting the production environment. We do that using SnapMirror and SnapClones, another ONTAP feature that allows us to create another infrastructure and launch VMs in a protected environment to allow us to test. The fourth feature that I want to talk about is single-click failover. Now, no matter how complex your environment, these protection plans can protect one VM, hundreds of VMs. And when the disaster event happens, it's simply a matter of clicking and saying failover. And that automatically starts a process that allows us to bring those volumes online and allows us to launch those VMs, making any configuration changes that we may need to make in those VMs to support the new infrastructure, whether that be networking, whether that be additional memory or additional CPUs. We can do all of that with BlueXP Disaster Recovery. Now, the fifth thing here that we have is health monitoring. Now, health monitoring allows us to obviously determine whether the plan is actually working and in process, and that the VMs that it's protecting are available. And we run this on a regular basis. And in fact, you can run this as often as you want to ensure that your protection plan is valid. And then finally, not only do we protect the VMs, but we also can do application-aware protection of the application running in the guest OS, specifically in this first release for Oracle databases and for Microsoft SQL Server databases. So we can do application-consistent protection of those data stores. Now, those are the key features that we have for BlueXP Disaster Recovery. And if you'd like to learn more about disaster recovery, please visit bluexp.netapp.com. And if you'd like to learn more about our other data protection services within the BlueXP family, please visit netapp.com/BlueXP. Thank you.